If you had performed signs and wonders and not called me by name that night, it would have been enough.
If you had healed Mary of Magdala of her demons and not healed my Ima or called my husband after your miracle,
it would have been enough.
The uncreated God who's come to the earth as a man, and he's sitting at their table.
Yeah.
And they're recognizing it like the God of the universe.
Yeah.
Peter is right. We move on to the bitter herbs. A reminder of the bitterness of slavery. Salt water, a reminder of the tears of our people.
Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us in his commandments to eat bitter herbs.
See if anybody cries. I mean, because of the bitter herbs.
Who is it? Is it Thomas?
Is it Thomas?
What's he saying?
I don't know.
The one who keeps with me in the ball.
Oof.
Wow.
Well, the bitter herbs. It's a good touch.
It is.
We do not have to stay anymore. Judas. He has you now. Not God. It didn't have to be this way. But you can still stop things from ending badly.
I hate that.
That's gross.
What you are going to do. Do it quickly.
It says in the text that when he dipped and gave it to him, that Satan entered into him
Right.
in that moment.
Oof. It's literally the worst.
Wow. It's like the very opposite of him coming and dwelling with us,
Yeah. Wow.
right?
Yeah.
The whole
Wow.
context of Passover here is talking about the John version of him coming and making a place
Yeah.
inside of us. And then here's the opposite, which is
Oof.
Satan dwelling inside of him. You know, here they have Jesus
Wow.
saying, not God,
Yeah.
but the text says
Satan. Satan entered them.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
intense.
I've never put that together. Of the dwelling and then, man, it's just so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Hard to watch.
Hard to watch. But completely necessary. Hey everybody, if you like what you see and you like our YouTube videos, make sure you support us by becoming a Grafted ambassador.
That's right. You'll get free merch. You'll get to take our courses if you're interested. And you'll also be able to meet with us once a month on Zoom.
Live, like for real. We'll talk to each other.
That's right. So go to our new website, grafted.family, and sign up to help support us.
Philip, where did Judas go?
Passover tradition. Give alms to the poor. He is keeper of the purse.
But in the middle of dinner.
Maybe he forgot. Maybe to get more food, too. It'll run out quick.
Probably because you're eating too fast.
I'm starving. Honestly, it's ironic to call Passover a feast.
My friends,
It's true. Andrew's totally right that it's strange calling it a feast.
What do you mean? Go on.
It's the feast of unleavened bread. And if you've ever had matzah, it's not like, oh yeah.
Give me some pass the matzah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the bread of affliction.
You only eat it one time a year for a reason.
Right. It's a feast of affliction.
Right.
Really interesting because
Yeah.
this is obviously the context here is going to be the suffering of Yeshua, and you're entering into his suffering by feasting on affliction.
Yeah. And I mean, part of it is eating these bitter herbs too. And it's not like it's like, I mean, some people like horseradish on their stuff, but you usually don't just have horseradish.
Right.
You know? So it's like, yeah, interesting choice.
Right.
Interesting choice. Not something I would want to feast on.
No.
Cause an upset stomach, indigestion.
Right.
Peter! Did he say anything more?
Shalom to you too, Judas.
He needs to explain his speech. He's never going to unify the people if he sounds like he's validating Rome's authority.
I didn't hear any validation.
Legitimize their taxation by saying it's funding roads and protection.
What is your point?
They are the foreign invaders.
Yeah, the latest in a succession of many. The Babylonians, the Persians, the Macedonians.
He's the Messiah. He's supposed to give us Israel back.
How would you have preferred he answer the question?
By denouncing the tax. Calling Caesar's claim to be the Son of God blasphemous, declaring that the income that God has given us should not go to the oppressors of our land that God has given us, and reminding us that he is here to dethrone Caesar, become the king of Israel. For starters.
Then what would have happened?
He walked on water, Peter.
You don't have to remind me.
Are you sure? I was with you for weeks as we experienced his power for ourselves, but it seems you've forgotten. We watched as he brought Lazarus out of a tomb. Loaves and fish appeared in the hands of the hungry. You're telling me that he couldn't snap his fingers and make swords appear in the hands of every person in that temple?
Of course he could, but he didn't. You understand? They set him a rhetorical trap, and he evaded it like David from the tip of Saul's spear.
Those men went straight to Caiaphas and Herod.
I like that.
Maybe even Pilate.
Pilate would be delighted with a bit about the taxes.
Well, as long as they don't mention that Rome is just living in God's world, inscribing empty phrases on their coins.
You're a walking contradiction, Judas. You know that? You believe he could make swords magically appear in the hands of all those people, and yet from that same mouth? You question his every move. Why can't that faith that believes so fully, knows so deeply, also allow you to trust that he knows what he's doing?
He chose each one of us for a reason. Maybe mine is to...
No! That's you again. That's your ideas. I love you, Judas. But your mind is so full of your own ideas, you shut off belief.
I think this is a great dialogue because, you know, you're seeing they're making a justification for why Judas feels the way he does, but it's actually very reasonable.
Sure.
In that sense.
Right.
Meaning it's logical, rational, even based on things Jesus has done before.
Right.
And so I actually like it because it's relatable to us, and then Peter's presenting it like, but you don't like what he's doing now or where this is going. And that's and he's relating it to trust, where you don't trust him.
Right.
Yes, he's done all these things, but you've come to your own conclusions on what he should do.
Yes.
And that's really where Judas is getting off.
Yeah, he's getting offended because Jesus isn't meeting his expectations.
Right. That one hit. That one totally hit. Feel that one.
Like that's just what's happening. Like he's assuming things about Jesus, which
don't assume.
Which aren't necessarily wrong, even right? Like he's saying, King of Israel.
Right.
Is he the King of Israel? Yeah,
absolutely,
for sure. But the outworking of what that means it's not meeting his expectations in this storyline. So he's offended or getting offended.
Right.
And it leads to major problems. Major problems.
Right. It reminds me of the passage like we're crucified with Messiah. I mean, granted, he hasn't been crucified in this context yet, but what that means is that you can't be offended. Right. Watchman Nee says that, we're dead men because we're crucified.
Can't offend a dead man.
And you can't offend a dead man. So, meaning we can't be offended by God or others on expectations on where this is going and what's happening. And so help us to not be offended.
Amen.
Boy, that's a big one.
Yeah. Blessed is he who's not offended by me, right? Is what he says.
Excuse me, could you tell me what I could find tonight?
Where to find what?
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
You! It's Shmuel, right? From Capernaum? You were in Bethany at the house of Lazarus 3 days ago with your friend Yusuf?
Friend?
Colleague? From our time in Capernaum? You and another came to question Jesus?
You mean the defiled home, where the woman debased herself and the rest of us?
You can think whatever you want about her, just tell me where I can find Yusuf.
You think you can help your cause? This woman is from the Red Quarter in Capernaum, possessed by 7 demons.
I'm from Magdala by the sea, possessed by the creator of the universe.
Come on. That was good.
And what do you practice now? Allegiance to a man who just preached his own death sentence to a crowd of 1,000 witnesses?
Death sentence?
He has given us no choice. He will be silenced, shamed, and censured. And would people hear who stood by his heresies? You'd be better off in a leper colony.
A leper colony he would heal and redeem. The truth is there is nowhere you can send us where Jesus is not Lord. I think what he said means something terrible for you. And I think you know it. They may not, but you do. And it drives you mad.
I love that Mary makes this identity statement here.
That was cool.
Saying, I'm possessed by the Creator, and I'm from Magdala.
By the sea.
By the sea.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's an identity statement, and this is part of the reason why judgment's coming on the religious leaders, because they're putting this old nature, this sin defining you identity onto her, and that's not okay, especially after she gets delivered of demons. And yeah, I don't like that.
I love the transformation story of Mary, because even in the text you have this coming from really horrific background, redeemed and saved by the King. She's just filled with gratitude and love, and she's even there when he's crucified. Right? She's not one that ran away, and so to me, like, watching her transformation, and so this conversation is cool, because she's like, we have these statements. It's like I was one way and now I'm completely different, right? And so this is just an outworking of that, even that phrase that they had earlier on in the series. But like, this is our story of that we've met the Creator and He's changed us, and we've been redeemed and we've been saved. We're not who we were, and that He does have power to save, heal, and deliver. So this is a fun, like you said, identity statement. So
I do like how they're presenting Mary as if she does get it, meaning that she's kind of clued in. We've seen her kind of along the way here.
Yeah, you're listening. He says that to her at one point, right? Yeah.
And then there's this culmination of her when I'm excited about the resurrection, and she's there at the tomb, so I feel like it's kind of fun to have one person, it's kind of like, in the story when you're like, oh, I would have been the person who got it.
Oh, I'd been right there with her. Right there.
You always identify as the hero or whatever. But it is nice having somebody who gets it.
You never identify as Judas.
Right. Nobody. Said nobody, right?
Nobody. And hopefully you don't.
Right, exactly.
Oh, boy. Well, the first commandment didn't exactly make it into this home, did it?
If you think it's bad for me to look, I can go back inside.
No, please, sit. We all know you've read the Greek stories. Don't worry. I won't tell Zebedee. Your secret is safe.
Thank you, Rabbi.
So tell me, what's this one about?
Actually, this one they sort of stole from us, at least the beginning part.
Stole?
Remember in the period of the judges, the story of Jephthah?
Ah, yes. His tragic vow.
Well, he was about to fight the Hittites.
Ammonites.
Yes. Thank you, Rabbi.
No problem.
Wow, that's funny.
Anyway, Jephthah made a vow to the Lord and said, if you will give the Ammonites into my hand, then the first thing to come out from the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from defeating the Ammonites, I will offer up as a burnt offering to the Lord.
It's a hard
Misguided.
Well, sure enough, Jephthah triumphed, crushed the Ammonites, but when he returned home, the first thing to come out of his house was his only daughter, with tambourines and singing. And Jephthah fell to his knees, tore his clothes, and cried out, "Alas, my daughter, you have brought me very low, for I have opened my mouth to the Lord, and I cannot take back my vow." And so Jephthah followed through on his vow.
Something my father never asked him to do.
Back then, there was no king in Israel.
Everyone did what was right in his own eyes.
So first of all, this is a really difficult story of Jephthah in the book of Judges.
For sure.
But I don't feel like he followed through.
Yeah.
And I know many Bible scholars do, some don't.
Sure.
I'm on the
no side.
On the no side because it doesn't say that he actually sacrifices her. It says that she goes away to mourn her virginity.
Yeah, for like months or something.
Yeah,
like
like
that,
2
right?
months or something.
Right.
And so to me, it seems like he very well could have just like put like the punishment was she wasn't married. Like she wasn't able to get married. That's what it seems like. She's mourning.
Yeah.
Because why does she go and mourn her virginity for 2 months instead of her death?
Right.
Right? I mean, if you're going to be killed, I think death is more significant than not being able to get married.
For sure. Yeah.
So to me, I think that's how they're applying the vow. I mean, it was such a big deal to get married and have children as a woman.
Yeah.
It would have been as if you died.
Right. It was crushing.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So to me, that's how I would understand the text.
Right.
And then my other reason I believe that is because a few chapters later in Judges, if you remember, the Benjamites, it's this horrible story. It's actually one of the most difficult stories in all of Scripture. And the Benjamites fight against the rest of the tribes.
Right. Yeah.
Because of this horror that they did. And then they're defeated heavily. And they're defeated so much, there's not that many men left.
Right. Right.
But the other tribes have made this vow, and that was that they wouldn't give their daughters in marriage to the sons of Benjamin. And so, because they vowed, that means that they would basically all die off.
Right.
And so, what do? Well, they try to figure out a way to get around their vow. And this is also a really strange story.
Yes, for sure.
Where they have the men go and basically take some of the
on raids, basically, right?
Yeah, and take some of the daughters of Benjamin. But they didn't like give them and take their daughters in marriage. They basically just had them take, So I feel like they were getting creative on how to get around their vow.
Right. That's important context. I hadn't thought about that for sure. Yeah.
And here, Jephthah, he's a man of God, and I would also argue from the weightier matters of the law. Like murdering, and this is shedding. That would be shedding innocent blood.
It would be.
Right?
Right.
There's no way.
Right.
That's like one of the cardinal sins.
Yeah.
That you cannot do no matter what.
Right.
So even if you made a terrible vow, then that's your own fault. But that doesn't mean you can just go and murder.
Right.
So
I think it's good.
I just don't buy it. I don't think it in the text suggests it, but I don't think it actually says it.
It's a really difficult one.
Yeah.
If he does sacrifice his
For
daughter,
sure.
it's like, whoa, how do you reckon with that?
Right.
So I like what you're bringing to the table. It at least offers another possibility.
I think it's where they're getting too analytical with the law, and I don't think that's how ancient Israel even understood the law in that sense. I think law is, at the end of the day, Torah means instruction, and so it's this living and active thing, but you can't shed innocent blood
right
in order to obey your vow. Like, to me, that's inconsistent with how to understand God's law and how to apply God's law.
Right.
So
yeah, it's good. Do you like watching Tom and I cry? Well, now you can live hang out with us once a month, and we'll hang out together via Zoom.
That's right. Become a Grafted ambassador, and we will hang out with you guys. You'll get free courses. You'll get free Grafted merch. Go to grafted.family and become a Grafted ambassador.
Today, do it now.
With the utmost and highest respect, Chief Elders Shimon and Shammai have requested a moment to organize their factions.
Are you insane? He is a high priest. Let us through.
There is a provision for this type of thing in the bylaws, anticipating that members may hold back if the high priest is present.
Perhaps that sort of intellectual cowardice should be laid bare.
It's all right, Gadara. I prefer not wasting my time watching them haggle.
Shall I wait with you?
No, go.
Cool hat.
Zebediah.
Mushroom.
If we can find the humility to lay aside our differences during this significant moment, I think we can both soberly admit the attitudes of our congregations are no longer directed by us.
I have cause enough to lay blame at the feet of Hillel's sympathizers.
To what end? We have a common problem. Jesus the Nazarene operates entirely outside our jurisdiction, dismissive of tradition and precedent. He pushes the people's attitudes toward an uncharted realm of thought, alien to both our interpretations of Torah. The time for unity is now.
Yes.
I hereby motion to open the floor for proposals that can be agreed upon and presented to the high priest for immediate authorization.
I have documented Jesus' actions, teachings, and rumors of signs longer than anyone.
Objection. I have witnessed as much as Shmuel. We met him for the first time at the same day in Capernaum. Sustained.
I said documented, not merely witnessed. And what have you done about it?
Actionable proposals, gentlemen.
The matter of the ghost of Bethany. The preposterous notion that Jesus the Nazarene called forth from the tomb a man 4 days dead and decaying, raised to life. The witnesses are few, but vocal.
What is so odious to you about the resurrection? What affront does this present to God's law? Torah only requires 2 or 3 male witnesses of sound mind and body.
Once again, you misunderstand me, Rabbi. I myself have witnessed his signs, most of them harmless. But such wonders also cloud people's judgment and may be part of his strategy to distract for his true purpose. That is what has ultimately led to this emergency meeting.
Why wasn't the meeting called immediately upon learning of the resurrection?
We move very quickly in these conversations.
Like, this conversation doesn't make any sense. Shmuel is arguing that he raised Lazarus from the dead as a distraction for what the insurrection he really wants to do.
Yeah, wants it to cloud people's judgment for what's really going on.
Right. So, and because that's a thing where people just go around raising people from the dead.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
as a distraction.
Just a ruse, if you will.
It's like, shouldn't be like, huh? How many people were raising people from the dead at this time?
Yeah, I wouldn't say many.
No, I don't think. So.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Shmuel. They're portraying Shmuel in this really, really well done way where he's getting almost like crazy about
unhinged.
Yeah, unhinged about wanting Jesus either shut up or gone.
Yeah.
And so you see his argument as a reflection of what's actually going on inside of him. You know,
totally.
So like it's a wild ride with Shemuel here. Right. We wanted him, man. We wanted him, man. Come on.
It's not looking good.
It's not.
It's not looking good.
It's not. I don't have high hopes.
The stranglehold on the people who are convinced he is the anointed one.
If they believe he can raise the dead, why wouldn't they assume he is Messiah?
Precisely.
Exactly.
People believe Lazarus died and was resurrected by Jesus. In reality, it was an elaborately constructed hoax.
Lazarus' death certificate was registered.
The man hid in a tomb until his childhood friend called for him to emerge.
Registered with the city of Bethany's municipal coroner, signed by a notary.
Who's to say the coroner wasn't part of the hoax?
Me.
A shock to no one, Yusuf. Tragically, Jesus has now forced us into a situation where to protect our people, we must consider drastic measures. If the people are following a man falsely claiming he raised Lazarus from death, we make sure he's dead.
Now the issue is being addressed.
You're suggesting murder, Shmuel?
I have always taken seriously the lives of our own, and I would never suggest such an act without extreme cause. But from the third book of Moses, whoever blasphemes the name of the Lord shall surely be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him.
This goes too far, Shmuel. Lazarus is a faithful Jew.
It is written in the second book of Moses, you shall keep the Sabbath, for it is holy for you. Everyone who profanes it shall be put to death. Whoever does any work on it, that soul shall be cut off from his people.
Jesus is the one accused of these violations, not Lazarus.
But Jesus has committed these infractions, and the only reason you're not holding him accountable is because you're entranced with the idea he has divine powers to raise the dead.
Let's put it to a vote.
So now Shmuel's just gone off his rocker here.
For sure, man.
And I feel like this is like he wants to kill Lazarus because of Jesus' alleged sins.
Right.
And because now he's saying Jesus, the resurrection of Lazarus was a hoax and it never happened. And so because of that and this alleged Sabbath breaking, which we know isn't true, because
for sure
at the kangaroo court, when they end up wanting to have him crucified, they don't accuse him of Sabbath breaking.
They do not.
There's no evidence.
There's no. It doesn't hold any weight. Yeah.
So,
even in the text, like Lazarus is raised from the dead, and then immediately after that, there's this decision to like, hey, let's try to put Lazarus back to death. Right. And it's like, wait, what?
Let's kill him.
Like, you guys are supposed to be upholding the law of Moses, and
Right.
you're saying it's okay to murder someone? Like, I love what Yosef brings in here, because it's like, that's not congruent with anything.
No.
Right?
Again, it's shedding innocent blood.
Right.
Right.
Lazarus didn't do anything.
You cannot shed innocent blood. This is thou shalt not murder. This is one of the top 10.
Yeah.
You know, it's in there. So, I mean,
10.
this is where they've just, they've lost it.
Right.
So
I do really, I like the portrayal of Joseph here, Joseph of Arimathea, right? Like, we're seeing him, who knows how involved he was in the discussions, but we're seeing him there in the room. It's like, this is where some crazy discussions, I'm sure, went down, right?
Yeah.
Crazy arguments. And yet he and maybe others they believed that Jesus was who he says he was. And yet they might have been a little undercover, you know what I mean? But I like the portrayal, because you get to see this balance, this fight, this man, that would have been hard.
Right.
Like, for somebody like him to be in this political, religious realm, this room, and like live it, eat it, breathe it, like what was going on behind closed doors at Jesus' time. Like that's wild. It would have been insane, I'm sure.
Right. And that there wasn't, like, every single member of the Sanhedrin wasn't saying we need to get rid of him.
Right.
Even though obviously Shmuel is portraying that here.
Right.
But the fact that Yusuf is in the Sanhedrin means that they weren't all feeling that
Exactly.
way.
Exactly. So just again pointing to the fact that not all of them were like, let's get rid of him.
But clearly some were.
Well, clearly.
Clearly.
Some and they were loud.
Yeah, exactly.
And loud enough to follow through.
And prevailed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ready the ballots.
Yes, I agree, let's vote. Who believes in Holy Scripture and who believes in a Nazarene?
Wow. Phew. I hate that.
That's the worst.
That's awful.
A completely unjust ballot, right?
That's a bad question.
It's a bad question.
It's a bad question. Well. Wow.
They're preparing a vote, Your Honor. Apologies for the delay.
It would only draw things out longer if they tried to reach consensus with you in the room, the craven posturing for favor.
Characterization is unflattering, Zebediah. I would be more honored to preside over members with the integrity to voice their true opinions.
I
He's
would
a sing-song way of
nothing
speaking, doesn't he?
less from the hand-picked
like it.
successor to Annas, who was, by the way, undeservedly stripped of his position by overzealous Roman oversight.
You're an admirer of my father-in-law.
He is exactly the manner of person you just said you wish the current Sanhedrin was composed of. Unafraid to stand by his convictions even at the expense of his own position. Don't you agree?
Annas is my wife's father. How could I possibly disagree with you?
Okay.
You carry the mantle of Annas. You even have his sense of humor.
Is that why Valerius Gratus appointed you instead of one of his blood sons? Huh? You could take a joke and Annas can't.
You'd have to ask Valerius Gratus, but the sons of Annas all have equal merit.
Well, then perhaps we should consult one of your brothers-in-law? Anonymous, perhaps.
An excellent idea, Zebediah. The more input we can have from members of the high priest family, the stronger our case will be.
Yanni, I know you're a man of little power, but many connections.
Thank you.
Find me the scribe you most trust. Have him issue a request to Ananus, son of High Priest Annas, to offer his opinion on this matter of the controversial figure Jesus the Nazarene.
Of course.
Add that I value his opinion on this sensitive issue. And be sure to include with warmest regards.
Caiaphas has this way of speaking that I kind of like. He kind of sing-song, like he goes up and then makes it, and then it comes way back down.
Yeah, it's fitting. He's a good character.
He is a
right?
good character.
It makes it like an iconic character.
He definitely does.
And it's an iconic position and role. And, it says in the scripture oftentimes it refers to chief priests, which is like, well, what's a chief priest?
Okay, yeah.
And there's some debate, but it seems like, he referenced Annas, who is also involved in the kangaroo court that's about to happen with Yeshua,
right?
And this influence, this is his father-in-law, and that Annas had 6 other sons who were high priests at one time. I mean, this is later on, some become this as well. But I think it's likely that chief priest is kind of like a retired high priest. So that's why the chief priests are still having an influence. Like Annas is clearly still having an influence,
right?
Even though he used to be the high priest, but he's no longer a high priest.
It's high priest emeritus,
right? Yeah. So it's almost like exactly
right.
It's an emeritus status, and they're still, very influential. So, which of course, be reminded of the text that the high priest is supposed to be high priest for life,
right?
So
there's some weirdness going on.
Yeah, so this isn't biblical, scriptural. This isn't how the high priesthood is supposed to be, and that's creates this whole tension of authority, influence, and kissing up apparently,
and even appointments by they said somebody gratis or something like that.
Right.
So
that was Roman. Yeah, Rome's appointment.
Roman is appointing the high priest position, which is also not scriptural.
That's not in there? Yeah. That's supposed to be, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's like, well, everything is just kind of upside down.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was fire for a second.
Shalom.
Judas.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything. Is this a bad time? I didn't know you were here, but I've been hoping to speak to you.
John has kept my secret. Would you like to sit?
Yes. Very
Where
much,
he
thank
was?
you. Please. Well.
Hi. How are you? It's awkward.
So we've arrived at the critical moment.
There have been so many.
Oh, man.
All of Israel has gathered in one place, ready to crown you king. The popularity
I don't
amongst
wanna
them
watch,
has
right?
never been greater.
What do you want to talk about?
Rome is sitting on its hands, hoping this will all blow over. And they may even be delighted by what you said about taxes.
I see.
But it's going to be easy for your adversaries in the temple to weaponize what you said about the taxes and spread ill will amongst the people like a disease.
The money guy.
Everything will deteriorate rapidly. The window of opportunity is closing, even as we speak.
Sounds like you have some ideas.
You called each of us for a reason.
Yes.
I've been a successful businessman in the past, and I have experience with human persuasion. So I can tell when a deal is on the verge of closing or losing big.
Oh, man.
It is a knife's edge.
This scene is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So awkward.
Yeah.
So difficult to watch.
Right. In like a good way.
But it's good. I mean,
Right.
I think this is, again, very possible.
Right.
It's just, who wants to see? It's almost like, of course, Jesus is talking to the devil.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so that's why it's cringe, right?
It is.
And it reminds me of conversations that I've had before, actually.
Oh, no.
Not with Satan.
Not with me. No.
But sometimes, you know, people will come up to me after a service or something, and they give me their resume.
Right.
And they tell me how successful they've been
Right.
in ministry and done this and how discerning they are and whatever. And it's like, it's so like what? They don't,
What's your point?
They don't see what they're doing.
Right.
That this isn't the way you influence. Right. I mean, you see Yeshua's face in here, and it's just like, okay. I think.
Where are you going, Judas?
Yeah. Where
are you going?
Why are you telling me all this?
Why are you
You've
here?
got some ideas, huh?
Okay, let's hear it. Sure.
Right. And they'll tell you their ideas. Right? It's like, but it's back to, if you humble yourself, then he will lift you up, right?
That's good.
Which that's not what's taking place here.
That's good. Yeah. And our walk with Yeshua is a walk of submission. It's not here's what I can do for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? We use our giftings and our abilities that he's given us in a way to honor him, to give back to him, not in a way to accomplish what we think he needs.
Right. That's good.
You
Yes,
know?
there's this weird tension between the fact that he doesn't need us.
Right.
And yet,
maybe that's something we have to remember. He doesn't need us.
And yet the whole purpose is partnership.
Yeah.
And he wants us, and he does use us to bring his kingdom to the earth. So it's
even despite us sometimes, like our inability to be humble.
in some sense he needs us, but it's almost like not almost. He set it up this way.
He set it up this way.
And but we don't even know the way that he wants to accomplish it, is what it really is. And Judas is like, I've got the idea, you know?
Right.
And he's like, it's a different idea than I have.
This reminds me of Philippians 2, where he says, though he was equal with God, he did not consider equality with God a thing to be grasped, or a thing to be used to his own advantage. So even Jesus himself wasn't saying like, oh, you know, here's who I am and here's what I'm
God.
I'm God. This is the way it is, my way or the highway.
Yeah.
He humbled himself and took on the form of a slave.
Wow.
And this is what
That's
Paul
good.
is telling us to
to
be like Yeshua.
Right.
Regardless of how good at stuff we are,
Yes.
or how qualified
Yes.
we are. It's like, no, We have to emulate our Messiah who took on flesh and humbled himself, took on the form of a servant.
Yeah.
That's how he
good.
wants us to partner with him.
That's so good because over and over, Yeshua's like, I'm only doing what my Father is telling me to do, right?
Right.
And that's him speaking out of his human nature and saying, I just submit to my Father.
Yeah.
I serve my Father.
Right.
And then we're supposed to model his servanthood.
Yes.
Right? Of following the Father.
Right.
Of following him.
Right.
So it's the same way. I like what you're saying.
Yeah.
That he's modeling this himself.
Exactly.
And therefore we have to do that.
Yep. And that's a key, is humility.
Right.
Hey everybody, if you like what you see and you like our YouTube videos, make sure you support us by becoming a Grafted ambassador.
That's right. You'll get free merch. You'll get to take our courses if you're interested. And you'll also be able to meet with us once a month on Zoom.
Live, like for real. We'll talk to each other.
That's right. So go to our new website, grafted.family, and sign up to help support us.
And so to adopt your language for a moment, what is the deal you're proposing I close?
Deal?
Reclaimed your birthright.
Boy, God.
You are the Messiah, son of David. And the people are so convinced they're singing songs in your name. It's time.
And if I don't do whatever big thing you've imagined I should do at this time, will you still believe?
You hear the money?
Of course I will.
Then why are you suggesting that you know better than I do what should be the next best course of action?
Look, I trust you. Do you trust me?
What sort of question is that?
You believe I have something to offer this group? Yes?
I do.
Then why won't you take my advice? Am I not here to help you?
I've never asked you for your advice.
Then what am I here for?
This may be the Chosen's best work. Because it's so visceral. It's so real. It's like this is what Satan does to all of us in that sense, right? It's this temptation. It's like, you didn't ask my advice? I mean, he's saying that God should ask our advice? I mean, think how arrogant, how...
So much pride there.
We are created beings.
Right.
You know?
Can the pot say to the potter, right?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
I mean...
If I am no use to your kingdom, then I am nothing.
It's like self-pity. It's either pride or self-pity, right?
You have a choice to make, Judas.
I'm listening.
Who you belong to.
Belonging.
Who has your heart? I want it. And I've had it before. You followed me willingly.
And I want to continue. There's nothing more than I want than that.
Then I will pray for you. But for now, please leave me in peace.
Good Rabbi,
Please.
Thank you for your time, Rabbi.
I feel like we just need to pause and pray. I feel slimed. You know, like you go somewhere and it's not a good place in town, or you go to somebody's house and there's, I don't know,
It happens.
witchcraft or whatever. It's just, I don't, it feels like
Grossies.
Yeah, you have to like do a quick prayer and like get the
Mikvah
slime.
that stuff, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Just feel like I got slimed. So well done in bringing that to the screen.
Thanks for sliming us.
Yeah. But I mean, Satan's real. Let's be honest.
Yep.
So, and he manifests himself through people.
He does. Unfortunately.
And the war is obviously not against flesh and blood, but he does influence flesh and blood heavily. So, help us, God.
Help us, Lord. A lot of this content, like, Satan is raging. You know? Like, leading up to the crucifixion, like, it's almost like foaming at the mouth.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's, like, it gets really hairy near the end, you know? Because he's, like, vehemently opposed to the Messiah and wanting him dead and thinking that there's like victory on the cusp,
right?
You know, and so a lot of it gets really gross, and yet the king is on the move.
That's right.
So,
and I'm just glad you used the word vehemently. That was good.
Yeah.
That was the right use. You know, that might be the first time you've used that on Grafted.
Oh.
I think you.
Does that mean I get $20?
Yeah, you get $20.
Yeah, all right. $20 per big word. That's my bonus.
Jesus, have you tried the olives?
Not yet, should I?
I got them specially for you.
Oh, really?
Not as good as ours, no? They might be better.
That's really good.
It's a healthy competition.
Do not put me in the middle of the rivalry.
You'll be the judge. I'm getting stuffed.
You be the judge. He will be. Yeah.
Well, here we are.
That was a good one.
My sisters. And my mother. I have asked many things of you. To hold the Shabbat dinner when you thought that you weren't prepared or worthy or ready. And yet you were. You had everything you needed. To my Ima, to be long-suffering and forgiving, especially when I stayed behind in the temple, is very weak during the Passover many, many years ago.
You were 12.
Okay, that's not necessary.
He was 12.
I still remember the scolding.
I still can't get over that.
I don't blame you.
And don't forget the number of times you spit up on my shoulder.
Here we go.
He will never think of that part.
A long time to hold a grudge. Tamar, to be a stranger in a strange land and a stranger among strange people, to be subject to the slander by the arbiters of our faith.
You know, it has been nothing compared to the joy of following you. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Your faith is still beautiful. Joanna, for bringing Andrew to my cousin's prison. John, for supporting us out of your own means when we had nothing. For Phoebe's house, so that we may have a roof over our heads and not tents. And for so much more. I know that following me has not come without a price. And now I must ask you all for one more thing. I ask that you keep your distance from me in Jerusalem these next few days. I'm sorry, but it's for the best. I think you will come to see that.
You mean we won't observe the Passover Seder with you?
Well, if we cannot celebrate Seder supper with you, then you must agree to allow us the Dayenu.
The Dayenu?
Maybe you've heard of it. We've prepared our own.
Your own?
If I had only been given the joy of holding you in my arms that night in Bethlehem, on a cold ground, and not been able to see you perform signs and wonders.
It would have been enough.
If you had performed signs and wonders and not called me by name that night,
It would have been enough. If you had healed Mary of Magdalene of her demons, and not healed my Ima, or called my husband after your miracle,
it would have been enough.
If you had called Simon Peter and not healed my friend, it would have been enough.
If you had healed Ethan and not raised my brother, it would have been enough.
if you had raised my brother and not defended my honor when I worshipped you,
it would have been enough. If you would have defended Mary of Bethany, but not given meaning to my life, which had been so unhappy and unfulfilled, by letting me support and participate in this miraculous family that I do believe will change the world.
This is so beautiful.
That's very beautiful.
And it's like the intimacy that we all have a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that, I mean, here is the uncreated God who's come to the earth as a man, and he's sitting at their table.
Yeah.
And they're recognizing it like the God of the universe
yeah,
is sitting at their table. There's nothing more miraculous than the incarnation.
Right.
That he's so intimate.
Yeah.
So personal. And then I love how each story, right? It's like everybody has a story. Everybody gives up something to follow the Lord. And then he's so good. They put it into the Dayenus.
Yeah.
It would have been enough, but he's so good. He did this for you.
Yep.
He did this for me. I mean, he's done so much for all of us. Like it's so personal.
Yeah. I think what I love about it is the creative, like, story, like, song of praise to the King.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, he's done so much, and he's worth every song of praise. It's all for his glory. And so just the fact that they're taking their own personal stories and saying, look what you've done.
Right.
Man, that's so cool.
Right.
That's so beautiful. And that's the opportunity we have. Is that we all have, like you're saying, we all have a story. He's redeemed us all from so much, and he's worth giving thanks to.
Right.
In creative, beautiful ways.
Right. Yeah.
So.
And they don't even know that he's gonna
right.
give his life.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like, it only gets better.
Right.
Life in God, and more miraculous and more amazing, but I just, it's such a powerful connection that each one of our stories, and I like how they weave them all together.
Yeah.
Because like we're all a part of the story, like this grand narrative of family, of redemption, that we have purpose and belonging,
right?
That we can be a part of something beyond ourselves,
right?
Bigger than ourselves.
Yeah, it's like we have the written text, like from beginning to end, and that's like this amazing, beautiful, perfect story, and yet somehow we also have our own stories that are still a part of his redemptive story,
right?
And he's just so good at story, you know.
Right.
He's so good at redemption. He's so good at salvation.
Right.
And so I don't know. I was just struck by that. Like we have the written word of God, and then somehow we become a part of that story.
Right.
You know.
And I love that they're doing this at a table.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
In some sense, this is their Last Supper, their last Passover with the Lord, and there's a seat for everyone's story at the table.
It's good.
You know, everyone's invited.
Yeah.
Everyone can come.
Yeah.
He wants everyone to be there. He's made a way. He's going to make a way for not just this group of women, who these group of women are so significant.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be at the cross.
Right.
At this, you know, I guess, penultimate moment in history, you know. So, I mean, these are faithful ones.
Right.
These are his true disciples.
Right.
That are there. And so I'm glad they added this, because the women are so much a part of the gospel stories, but you don't get as much information and detail. And yet, that's the majority of the people who were at the cross,
right?
You know,
right, and at the resurrection. And I like what you're saying. I like what they're doing here, because they're honoring these women, and they deserve to be honored. Like the Mary, the mother of Jesus, she deserves to be honored. I mean, even in the beginning of the Gospel of Luke, like she's blessed among women, right? You know, it's like this is somebody that deserves our respect, our honor, our admiration. Like, look up to her. You know what I mean?
That one really got me. It would have been enough if I just held you.
Oof.
Can you imagine?
No.
What was it like to hold the Son of God, let alone bear him?
Right.
You know, I mean, that's holy stuff, man.
It is.
It just, for me, it's the incarnation. It's like, what a story. What other religion, what other gods, what other story in human history has God becoming so personal, so sacrificial, so intimate? Like, nothing even comes close.
Yeah. The other song that comes to mind for this Passover season is the Mi Kamoka. Who is like you?
Yeah.
Right? You sing Dayenu, but you also sing Mi Kamoka. Like, who is like you, O Lord among the gods? O Lord, there is none else.
No one
There's
like
no
you.
one like him.
Yeah.
Do you like watching Tom and I cry? Well, now you can live hang out with us once a month, and we'll hang out together via Zoom.
That's right. Become a Grafted ambassador, and we will hang out with you guys. You'll get free courses. You'll get free Grafted merch. Go to grafted.family and become a Grafted ambassador.
Today. Do it now. I have sold. Is that Tombstone?
That's got a broken leg.
I'm trying to think if we should say it.
That's Latin, darling. Now I really hate him. Apparently, Mr. Ringo was an educated man. Now I really hate him.